sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. This video and YouTube channel is rated PG-13, so that means this channel is not for anyone under the age of 13.
So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How's everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be doing another quick look review, and this time it's going to be of the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Raiden, Merciless Guardian. So let's get into it right away and take a very quick look at the box. Then we'll open this up and take a look at the accessories and the figurine. So as you can see here, he is in the basic style box that we get for the McFarlane Mortal Kombat 11 line. So we do have the window right there in the front, Mortal Kombat on the top, Raiden Merciless Guardian on the bottom, an image of the figure there, an image of the figure on the side. There's the other side of the box. Here is the bottom, the tippy top, and then the back of the box here. So let's open this box up and see what Raiden is included with. Alrighty, so for Raiden's accessories, he is included with a total of 4 hands. So we do have 2 kind of like lightning using hands right there, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. The only issue I had with these, they were like smushed together because of the way it was packaged. So I just had to run the fingers under some hot water to make them look more normal. You can see these are even kind of going closer to the ring and pinky finger right there. So I got to redo that one there. And then he's also included with a pair of gripping hands, and the hands are a very hard plastic. So he is included with a staff, which I'll show you in a second, but I had to run this under hot water in order to get him to grip onto it, because these things are such hard plastic. Like, geez, McFarlane, you could make them a little bit of a softer plastic. So we do get the 4 alternate hands, and they do have some nice sculpt and paint to them. Then we do get his staff, and this thing looks gorgeous, man. McFarlane did a beautiful job on this. It actually looks like real wood and feels like real wood too, man. Look at that. That looks great. Very nice job on this. We do get that red wrapping at the top there. And I just love the way this looks. Kind of looks like Gandalf's original one from The Hobbit. Pretty cool looking, man. Then we do get that. And then last here, we do get his orange, reddish lightning effects. And these things are dope as hell, man. Very, very cool looking lightning effects here. You can see they are a translucent plastic with some parts more of a lighter orange, some parts more of a darker orange, and they don't feel cheap or anything like that. And they just go around his wrists, and these pieces here just rest up on the palm of his hands. A picture should pop up to show you what it looks like. I believe that's for the right hand. This is for the left hand. But man, he is included with some pretty damn cool accessories. So now for the detail on this Raiden here. McFarlane did a fantastic job with it, man. That definitely is not an issue when it comes to McFarlane Toys. He knows how to sculpt figures, man. And the paint on this is really clean. I remember when we got the My Hero figures, the paintwork on those were so bad, man. But ever since then they really stepped it up. The face sculpt looks great. I like the orange and yellow for the eyes right there. We even get like some dirtiness around his face, which looks pretty cool. And then that mask, partial mask that doesn't cover his face, looks pretty cool. You can see like the stitching on the back of the head right there, which looks dope. And then we do get his hat here. I forgot what these are called, but they are dope as hell, man. They look really cool on certain characters, and just doing that looks so sick. But it does have some very nice sculpt and paintwork to it on the top and the bottom as well. And then the torso here, we get the gold armor that has some dents throughout it, which looks really cool. I like the sculpted wrinkles around the neck on this brown piece. That looks great, man. Even more dents and stuff on the back of the armor. And then the green has beautiful shading all throughout it, man. Beautiful paintwork on this figure. For a $22 figure, you get some fantastic paintwork, man. Then we do get this sash type piece, which is a separate piece here, but just the sculpt and paint throughout right here is excellent, man. Really nice job on that. And it is a soft, rubbery type plastic, as you can see right there. And I like how it kind of looks like worn and torn and stuff like that. Really cool looking piece right there. And then the arms look dope too. We do get the armor up here, which looks sick. Same with around the gauntlet pieces, or the forearm armor. And then the legs here get that great shading and sculpt detail on the pants right there. Get the armor on the knees, and then some wrappings around the upper leg there. And the boots look pretty cool too. Nice sculpt and paintwork around here as well. And then the feet turned out pretty nice also. And then there's the bottom of them. So Overall, for a $22 figure, man, the amount of detail put into this and how crisp and clean it turned out, McFarlane deserves an A+ for that, man. He really did do a phenomenal job with the detail on this Raiden. Now let's go over the height of this figure along with some comparisons. So now for the height of Raiden, to the very top of his pointy hat, it looks like he's around 7.5 inches tall. Now let's compare him to a few other figures. Alright, so here is McFarlane's Raiden compared to the Storm Collectibles Reptile, the Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion, Baraka, and Sector. And this Raiden from McFarlane Toys scales perfectly with Storm's Mortal Kombat line, and that is always definitely awesome. Now let's compare him to a few other figures, then move on to the articulation and wrap this review up. And then here he is compared to the NECA Ultimate Edition Jungle Hunter Predator, McFarlane's Hellbat suit Batman, the Marvel Legends Retro Series Deadpool, and the Storm Collectibles Goro. And Raiden once again scales well with all these figures besides Deadpool there. Now let's move on to the articulation so we can wrap this review up. And finally, for the articulation, we do get some very nice movement with this Raiden here. So we do get, what is it, 2 joints there? We do get 2 joints at the neck here, but this piece of brown cloth around his neck does restrict some of that articulation. But Raiden does look up about that much. And then with both joints, he looks down about that much. Then you do get some pretty good pivot there, as you can see, and then it does also swivel, but that joint seems to be very tight. Also, one issue I did have, the left arm was stuck at the bicep swivel. I just ran it under hot water and it popped loose there. And then next we do just get a waist joint here. Doesn't really go forward too much, doesn't really go back too much. Do get very minimal pivot out of it, and then it does swivel as well. I would say maybe be careful with it because maybe it could cause paint rub. I haven't seen any yet, so maybe it's not an issue. And then the arms here, the shoulder joint really doesn't move too much. As you can see, it's kind of like a useless butterfly joint right there, but that's the way they do their shoulder joints now. But the way they sculpted it, it doesn't really give any articulation. But the arms do go out to the sides about 90 degrees, and I think the armor is supposed to be higher up on the shoulder, but them making it a bit lower does give you more range with that articulation there. They do go up and down. We do have the true bicep swivel that is hidden pretty well, and then we do have double jointed elbows that bend in a lot more than 90 degrees. Then we do get a ball hinge on the wrist, so that does swivel and hinges back and forth there. Then the legs here, Raiden kicks forward about 90 degrees. This piece isn't restricting that articulation really at all. Maybe it will a little bit on the left leg. Goes to the back about 45 degrees, which is definitely good. Then let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it here. And my God, Raiden can Van Damme it. So nice leg movement with this Raiden here. Then we do get that minimal hip swivel that we've been getting with most their figures here. As you can see, it really doesn't swivel too much there. We do have double jointed knees, and they do bend back all the way, so that's definitely good. And then the ankles here, we do have a ball hinge, so it does swivel, hinges up really well, also hinges down really well. And then we do get an ankle pivot, and if you switch the ball peg to go side to side, you get a great ankle pivot with Raiden here. And then we do have a toe hinge. Alright, so overall, I think this Raiden turned out a lot better than I originally thought he was going to turn out. McFarlane seems to be stepping it up with each release. I think as he learns and gets feedback from us collectors, because remember how bad the paint was on the My Hero figures? The last few figures I've gotten from McFarlane had excellent paintwork, including this Raiden here. The detail was done extremely well for a $22 figure. You definitely get your money's worth with the paint and the sculpt detail. The articulation was also handled pretty damn good too. Some points I wish were a little bit better. I did have a stuck joint as well, but you're still going to be able to get some decent movement out of this figure here. And then the accessories. Finally, McFarlane hooked it up with some awesome accessories with a figure and gave us more than just a weapon or two with a figure. We got some alternate hands this time. Now I hope we continue to see more alternate hands with figures, and hopefully we see different facial expressions as well with his figures. That would be awesome, which I'm pretty sure we will in the future. These accessories for Raiden are really dope too, but I think McFarlane did an outstanding job for this figure here, especially for the price point. You definitely get your money's worth. It's no Storm Collectibles, but damn man, this Raiden is definitely awesome. But anyway, that is my quick look review at the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Raiden. Hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later.